Darris from ZEV Electric, or Z Electric Vehicle Corporation. This is our 2019 Model 2700 electric motor scooter. This bike comes in two different sizes of battery capacity. The smaller battery bike is $2,700. The larger capacity bike is $3,600. The difference in them is basically the size of the battery is twice as big in the bigger one. The range on the smaller bike runs for most people 35, 38 miles. For the bigger bike, bigger capacity, we've had two people on the bike and driven 60 miles and they were still able to keep driving. So this bike was intended really to solve a need both to be a delivery bike for fleets, but also for the bike owner who normally in a small scooter would not be able to carry very much. It might be an economical bike. He may be able to fit a small box, but what he can't do is he cannot fold up the seat and put very big, very heavy packages. And these racks fold down on both sides of the bike so you can carry very heavy packages or boxes and keep the CG down so that the bike is not wiggly or wobbly or difficult to drive. So these bikes also were designed with a flat floor with a large space area here to carry loads and a basket on the front, which as an option, this can also be another box. So if you're a delivery group, and let's say you're carrying the heated pizza boxes, we can have one on the front, one in the middle, one or two on the back in the center, two on each side. So you can get 6 to 7 normal food delivery boxes on the same bike to increase the productivity. For the individual owner, there is also a bit of storage under the seat for your rain gear or whatever you might need to carry. With the seat down, you're going to be able to carry a person on the back. This bike comes with instrumentation for being either kilometers per hour or mile per hour. We can give you it in either way. The bike has a disc brake on the front, a drum brake on the back. As for all Zev, we run in-wheel motors or hub motors. That is, the motor is actually built inside the rear wheel. So in this bike, it's highly unusual, is that there are two motors built into the rear wheel, two motors in the same wheel. When both motors are on in this switch position number 3, the bike is 2,700 watts continuous and about 3,500 to 4,000 watts instantaneous. In the lower position, it's going to be a 1,000 watt motor. In the number 3 position, it's going to be a 1,500 watt motor. So you can use this as your econ mode, if you will, to squeeze more range out of the bike. If you're not really driving the bike at higher power, you can basically tone the power down, the power consumption, to squeeze a bit more mileage out of it. The advantage of the hub motors is there's no chains involved, no belts. It's just the magnetic forces of the motor that is running this. Now, because this has got two motors built in the back wheel, that means you have two redundant motors, two redundant controllers. So for delivery fleets, what they wanted was a form of assurance that should anything ever go bad, the rider always had a limp home mode, if you will. He could come home with one motor and one controller no matter what. We've actually never had any problems, no failures on any of these motors or any of these controllers. They run very cool, very reliable. This model's been in production now for, or not this specific model, this is the 2019 model. The earlier models still use the same wheel, slightly different batteries, same controllers, and they've been in the field for 10 years. On the front end of the bike, we try to have people have a lot of down the road recognition, so we use a wide, very bright LED light. You can see the difference in a normal headlight, call it normal headlight, in the color. And the idea is that this light is very highly visible to oncoming traffic and makes this bike really stand out to try to increase the safety. At the rear for 2019, we have an integrated taillight turn signal assembly. So everything is all molded into one unit. Part of the idea of this is that then if you're a delivery person and you're bumping up against the bike or you're taking loads off and on, the turn signals are all inside of a housing that's all protected. You're not going to bump anything or hurt anything. The front turn signals are also all part of the assembly for 2019. But the big change, besides the cosmetics, is the fact that we are now running 14-inch wheels front and rear. With the 14-inch wheels, the bike is a little better in really rough conditions. We've launched this bike in Southeast Asia and into South America, and the roads aren't the best in the world, so the 14-inch wheels, the larger wheels, helps a little bit. The big thing for this bike too, if you're a small person with a short inseam, and I'm 30 inches, and I can sit with my knees bent. So even someone who's 5'3", 5'4" is not going to have any trouble reaching the ground. You can see underneath of this bike the battery box hanging down underneath of the bike. We mounted the battery in this bike as low as possible. The idea being that you can really balance this bike with the CG down so low. A short rider or a small stature rider doesn't have to be afraid of being able to handle this bike. And this is the heavy version. This is the one with the long range batteries. So the idea being you're going to be able to handle this bike very easily. All of the Zevs have both a center stand and a side stand. The majority of the world's motorcycle companies have stopped putting center stands on bikes. Saves a few dollars, but we believe, especially for bikes like this, that the center stand is invaluable to help you load the bike. If you're going to put heavy objects in it, you don't want the bike being leaned over at an angle while you're trying to stack something on it. And of course, having the center stand is going to help you if you have to do any maintenance on the bike or you want to clean it. This bike is a 35-mile-an-hour bike, a little faster with a lighter rider, but that's with a 185-pound rider. You can see more information on this bike at our website of www.zelectricvehicle.com. Please give us a call or look on YouTube for this bike. You'll see a video of what we're discussing is up on YouTube, and there'll be some other videos of the bike running there too. Please give us a call and let us know how we can help you. This 3 colors here are just 3 of the 12 colors that these bikes are available in as standard colors. So we paint each bike custom just for you. Please give us a call.